Hello everyone, Wendigo here. I just got done watching Worlds and just saw the reveal of Mega Charizard and Mega Dragonite. And I gotta say, these are some fun looking cards. These are some absolutely amazing looking cards, or at least one of them. One of them is an amazing card. But we'll get on to that in a second. First off, I just want to say this is going to be a part two, or yeah, part two in I guess a new series I'm going to be making on rambling about Mega Evolutions. So before we can get into Mega Charizard, I just want to go back into my old tier list from last time and kind of re-update some of my opinions. So I still think Mega Absol, Mega Guardy, and Mega Latios are pretty unusable. And I still think Manectric. I think Mega Kangaskhan is still a solid C tier. I think Mega Lucario is still an A tier. I'm gonna bump Mega Venusaur down to a high C tier. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what it was originally, but I'm gonna bump it to C tier. Also gonna bump Obama Snow to C tier. And now from probably the biggest changes, I'm gonna bump Mega Camerupt to A tier. Because after seeing some of the results in Japan, it's looking to be even better than I originally thought, as it's showing up to be a really good turbo deck, as you can just start hitting out really high damage really early. So that I'm really excited about. So I'm gonna bump it up to A tier. Mobile is gonna stay in reasonably high B tier. I'm gonna move Gengar, or I'm gonna keep Gengar up in A tier. We're gonna keep Mega Diancie. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna move Guardy up to C tier, just because, spoiler warning, Guardy won Worlds, and Mega Guardy does work pretty well into it, so it's going to see some play. Mega Diancie I still think is pretty bad. So, actually, I'm going to move Mega Lucario down to B tier, because after some recent thought, it's good, but I think I might have gone a bit too much into it. I might have been overhyping it. But okay, this is the updated tier list. Actually, I'm going to move Gengar up. Yeah, I'm gonna move Mawile up. And then, I think Diancie's a bit more playable than, and then, yeah, I'll do that. Alright, updated Mega tier list. Now, let's get into the brand new cards, starting off with Mega Charizard X EX. That's a weird name. That's literally the first time I said the name out loud. That is a weird name. uh, 360 HP. This is not too new, as, I know, what was it? Guardy has like what, 350, 360, so that's not too unusual. Too unusual. Evolves from Charmeleon, like usual, and then Inferno X for 2 fire energy. Discard any amount of fire energy from among your Pokemon, and this attack does 90 damage for each card you discard this way. Ladies and gentlemen, we got better Raging Bolt before Raging Bolt even rotated out. This is just better Raging Bolt. I don't know what to say. This is just better. This is just better Raging Bolt. You get to deal more damage. This is so stupid. You just deal more damage with the Raging Bolt. It's way more tanky. And that's not even the end of it. It's not even just better Raging Bolt. Because with the new Oricorio EX, it's just better Chien-Pao. Oricorio EX with 190 HP with the ability Excited Turbo as often as you like during your turn. Remember that, it's as often as you like. If you have any Fire Mega Evolution Pokemon EX in play, like Charizard, you may use this ability. Attach a basic Fire Energy card from your hand to one of your benched Fire Pokemon. Baxcalibur and Chien-Pao. It's just Baxcalibur, Chien-Pao. That's all it is. And yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. And I've seen some other people talking about playing with Ho-Oh EX already. I think the Oricorio is just better. You're losing a bit of health, but you can accelerate way more energy. The one thing that does suck, though, is Oricorio only works on benched Pokemon, benched fire Pokemon, and you have to have a Mega Pokemon in play. Ho-Oh doesn't. You can just attach fire energy to itself, and then have Mega Charizard discard it. So there is a bit of that, which kind of stinks. So maybe Mega Charizard X could be the next evolution of Ho-Oh Box, where instead of using the whole box engine, you just simply power up Mega Charizard EX, since you can throw down 2 fire energy onto your Ho-Oh EX, then Shark Cadet it all onto the Mega Charizard EX, or Shark Cadet it around. You can do some stuff with it. And actually, I'm just now rereading it. it doesn't say basic fire energy. So you can still discard luminous or prism energy. So yeah, actually this can still work insanely well into Ho-Oh box. But yeah, with the new Oricorio being basically Baxcalibur for our new Chien-Pao, this is going to be kind of ridiculous. I am calling it now, this is going to be a meta card. This is going to be so good because, as we've seen with things like Chien-Pao, Raging Bull, and Goldango, uncapped damage is one of the most busted things you can have in this game. Being able to just adapt to any situation, be like, oh, I need to deal 100 damage here. Okay, I need to deal 500 damage. Easy. So just the ability to do that on a card is just so good because you can adapt to any situation and also apply so much pressure onto your opponent because your opponent realistically cannot tank against you since you can one-shot everything. So that alone is really powerful. Second off, with the amount of damage it's dealing, it's going to be good into other EXs or Mega EXs too. And so this whole tier list is probably going to, all these other Megas are going to struggle against it because of how much damage it can deal. So it can trade equally, which is something that a lot of other EXs kind of struggle to do. So with that being said, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm putting Dragonite EX into S tier. I generally think the meta is going to warp around this card. It is going to be so good. And Mega Obama Snow, I'm kind of wanting to put into low B tier just because Mega Obama Snow can easily wipe this thing out. All it needs is just 2 energy, and then it deals 400 damage and wipes it out. So I'm going to tentatively put Mega Obama Snow into a B tier, and that's kind of why Mega Venusaur is kind of in C tier now, is because now that we have 2 very strong fire types in the meta, I think that just kind of, because I mean it was already one of its biggest matchup difficulties was going to be Ethan's Typhlosion. So now that there's 2 more insanely good fire types in the meta, I don't think it really has a chance. And with that being said, there is one more card to talk about, and that's Mega Dragonite EX. What have they done to my boy? What have they done to him? We couldn't have gotten a single competitive Dragonite card. Of course, disclaimer, all of this discussion is being said without knowing the support or the other cards in the set. For all we know, we get double Dragon Energy back. I would love if that happened, I'm going to be honest, that would be amazing. Because that would be like kind of Dragonite's only saving grace. Because, okay, let's just go into the stats. 370 HP, second highest HP count we've seen. Dragon type, evolves from Dragonair like we expect. Ability, Sky's Transport. Once during your turn, you may use this ability. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. This is really good, actually. This is the best part about Mega Dragonite. This is really good, because it's very similar to Petrant. We've seen abilities like this with Petrant, but this is just better than Petrant, because it's not limited to Dark, and it doesn't Poison. Which, in some decks, is kind of arguable on if that's a downside or not, but still. This is pretty splashable, if it wasn't for the fact that's a Stage 2 Mega. So it's kind of got that thing where it's like, oh, you get this insanely good ability, but it's on a Stage 2 Mega. So you always run that risk of, first of all, it's a Stage 2, so it's going to be difficult to build up. And then second of all, it's a Mega, so if your opponent can hit the damage numbers, they can easily boss it up and just remove it for a free and easy 3 prizes. So there's kind of that issue there, but still, with things like Mega Symbol and Rare Candy, I think it could be playable. I think it could be playable just for its ability alone, because, I'm going to be honest, its attack stinks. Its attack is so bad. Ryuno Glide, for 1 water and 2 electric, deals 330 damage and discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. I'm so sad to say that this is just kind of trash. Because, first of all, it's a Dragon type, so you can't really use, like, Electric Generator. If it was an Electric type, you can use Electric Generator, we're laughing. If it's a Water type, we can use Excalibur, we're laughing. But because it's a Dragon type, we don't get any of those. Actually, I guess you could use Excalibur, but still, it wouldn't be that good. But yeah, because of the fact that's a Dragon type, we don't really have acceleration for Dragon types. Or at least not good acceleration that isn't just kind of janky. So, getting that energy on there is going to be kind of difficult. Now, of course, I imagine a lot of you are going to say, what about Neo Upper? It works so well in Dragapult, why not? And yeah, that's a great idea. Until you look at the downside. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. That alone makes this already not so great attack worthless, because okay, you throw on Neo Upper energy and then attach one other energy. Then you're gonna have to discard Neo Upper and the other energy, unless you attach Neo Upper and then get two other energy onto it, which is just so janky. It's so janky. So, I mean, I'm having a couple ideas, maybe using it with like electric. That could work maybe, especially since you're able to swap them out with another Dragonite. You know, you have Dragonite EX on the bench, build it up, Sky support it up to the front. You can do some things there maybe, but I don't know. I don't know, and I don't think that would work out too well. I mean, maybe there's a chance, but I don't know. I think the attack, and plus, it's only 330 damage. We've seen with Mega Manetric that 330 damage is really good on a stage 1. That's kind of super easy to get into play. But this is a stage 2, so it's going to be slow, and it's going to take you a little bit. And by the time you do build up into it, your opponent's probably going to have their own Mega out or some other high HP Pokemon. And so that 330 kind of becomes less viable. Now, I don't think this is bad. The ability is great. The HP is good. It's just the attack is kind of so-so. You can build around the attack, like I said, with Electrics or maybe Baxcalibur, but it's kind of iffy. And since it's a stage 2, it's kind of iffy for support as well. It's not really super splashable into a lot of decks, especially since Skyliner Latios EX already exists. So it kind of makes things difficult. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm probably going to be experimenting with it when it comes out because I love Dragonite EX, especially Mega Dragonite. I love Mega Dragonite. Nintendo, please, just give us good Dragonite EXs, because the last Terra Dragonite EX is so bad. It's just so bad. But yeah, like I said, with the really good ability, pretty good health, mediocre attack, I'm gonna rank it higher than Mega Kangaskhan. I'm gonna rank it higher than Mega Kangaskhan. Now, of course, like I said, this is literally right after Worlds. I literally just got done watching Worlds and immediately I mean, you can even see me just cropping, or not even cropping, just snipping out the cards. So, there's a couple issues, but it's late, as you can tell. I'm tired. But, trying to just get my thoughts straight, because yeah, Worlds was awesome. I loved watching it. It was so good. Never thought I'd be so hyped about competitive Pokemon Go, but here we are. I am mad that Guardy won Worlds because of course it did. It was freaking Guardy Dragapult. Come on, that's such a boring matchup. It couldn't have been anything else. Oh man, I completely lost my train of thought there. But yeah, I'm gonna just wrap this up real quick. Mega Dragonite I think has potential, especially if it gets really good support in the new set. But I think Mega Charizard X is going to be the most busted card ever. I think it's going to drive the meta. I generally think the meta is going to surround it just because we've already seen cards like Chien-Pao do really good in its time, and Raging Bolt do insanely well during its time. And this is just kind of on paper better than both. And that's not even talking about, because I imagine we're going to get fire support. I imagine we're going to get some kind of fire support that's going to be really good. So yeah, that's the updated tier list with the brand new 2 Megas. Once we get more reveals on the next set and what kind of support these guys are going to get, I'm probably going to make a part 3. But for now, this is the most updated version of the tier list. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.